Hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday night. Thank you for joining me and soon my friends from Cannabis for Warriors. My name is Nikki Reed if you're joining me live. And actually, if you're joining me on the replay right away, if you would just say replay, I will say hi later. So for those that, what up, Carissa? For those that don't know me, I said my guest, so my name is Nikki Reed, and I just recently got involved with a nonprofit called Cannabis for Warriors. And of course, if you followed me, you know that I'm a veteran, that I was medically discharged, and that, I'm very passionate about cannabis for the last 5 years. And so with that, I will say that these are a bunch of dudes and they're probably more passionate than I am, because of their background in theater. So I will warn you ahead of time, if you've got kiddos around, there might be some F-bombs dropped. There might be some, other swear words, because when you talk about something that's super passionate, you tend to kind of like get a little loud. I mean, you all know if you follow me. So pre-warning. So anyway, I am doing their social media management right now, and I freaking love these people. Wait until you meet them. I'm so excited to hear how their stories and how it'll help you, and how you don't have to be in Louisiana to be helped. So let's add them and we will chat. Hi, Dr. Kerstetter. All right, let's do this. Hey, Wesley. Hey,
Hello,
guys.
hey Nikki. Hey everybody. Hey Nikki.
Hello, hello. Good. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to share this over. Can you have one of your wives share it over the event wall? Just so if people go to the event wall, they can still see the live. All right, so I am being joined with Zach. So Zach is on your right, and he is the founder of Cannabis for Warriors. And then Chris is on his other side, Director of Public Relations. Oh, can you hear me? Oh no.
Okay, so I didn't catch all of that.
Me?
You're cutting out a little bit on
It's
us.
cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, you're cutting out. Can you repeat the question?
Oh no. Yeah, no. So I was just saying you were 9 years as an Army medic, and you were discharged medically.
Yes, so it was actually 8 years, 8 months to be exact. 2005 to 2014, I served initially as a metal worker, reclassed in 2008 to be a medic. My final assignment was with 173rd Airborne Brigade Combat Team out of Vicenza, Italy.
Okay, cool. And so a little bit more about you, and you can tell your full story, but being on 50 different medications before you found how cannabis helped as opposed to these prescription drugs. So I'll let you cover a little bit more after I kind of introduce Chris. Chris, it was 10 years in the Air Force, and he deployed 5 times in security forces and as a K-9 handler. And you're actually in law school right now in your last year, graduating in May. So congrats.
Yes.
You were actually were you medically discharged as well?
I wasn't. I served 10 years. I did 5 deployments. After my 4th one in Afghanistan, I knew that something had to change. My wife and I talked about it for a long time. We were right there at the 10-year mark, kind of the shitter get off the pot. And I decided that being away from the family as much as I was, all the mental and physical pain that I was, that I couldn't stay in. So we decided to get out. We moved to Covington, Louisiana, and I started law school, and I'll be graduating in May. And I'm very, very glad I made that decision for myself and for my family. I'm much healthier now than I was 5 years ago, and especially than I was 2 or 3 years ago when I was dealing with all the actual medication.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so Zach, why did you decide to start Cannabis for Warriors? What was going on in your personal life that brought you here?
So really a lot led up to that. In the medical retirement process, I found out 8 months after deployment that I had damage to my spinal cord, an injury that I sustained during deployment and just sucked up. 8 months after deployment, I was diagnosed. I was told that at that point in time, my career could no longer continue. I was sent to a WTU and spent about a year and a half waiting for the medical retirement process to happen. In that year and a half, I was given at least 50 cocktails of different prescriptions, horrible side effects. I had a seizure and I'm forever epileptic from one of them. None of them truly helped me. I was just a zombie. That led me to start doing some research into the best treatments for PTSD and chronic pain. This is while I was still in the military, sitting around in a WTU. All signs pointed to cannabis. I got out. I started using cannabis from the underground market, to be completely transparent. I came off all medications. I was down to a 1/4 milligram of Klonopin a day. That was the last medication I was coming off of. Like I said, I am epileptic for life now, whether from the TBI or from the medication that caused the seizure. I wasn't able to come off of that without having seizure precursors. And the biggest thing for me, I got out of the military on 18 medications. I didn't have anxiety. I didn't have pain, but I felt nothing. I felt like a zombie. I had no emotions. I had no quality of life. I was completely isolated. I was locked on my couch. I was useless, absolutely useless. When I found cannabis and got off all those pharmaceuticals, my life completely changed. It carried me through. In those times before meeting my wife, I spent 5 days a week alone. I had the weekends with my son, but 5 days a week I was completely to myself, alone. In those times, there was countless times I was on the verge of suicide, or at least having those thoughts. It was always my son and the thought of leaving without a father that stopped me. And I highly credit cannabis for being able to bring me back to a safe spot where I could really put my mind at peace and think things through clearly. So it literally saved my life. Last year, a week before Veterans Day, a week before Memorial Day, I lost a good buddy of mine, a soldier that I deployed with shoulder to shoulder in combat, to suicide. That hit me hard. I was a medic in the military, as we talked about. I was docked to him, so the fact that there was nothing I could do for him, it really hit me in the heart. Then Veterans Day came around. Not only the loss of him, but looking at the statistics of veterans who die from suicide and prescription drug overdose every single day, I just knew at that point in time that I had to do something. Cannabis saved my life, and as I tell everyone else, I'm still just being doc and saving lives the best way that I can. Cannabis has proven it. It's saving lives across the country. It saved my own life. I would not be sitting here without it. That is the reason I founded Cannabis for Warriors, and that is why we do what we do. I am just another veteran that has been there, done that, went through the struggles, been in the darkest times of my life, and cannabis carried me through those.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. Chris, why did you start with helping with CFW?
So I actually got connected with CFW by reaching out through the website, and I had the privilege of meeting Zach once or twice in person. And if you haven't met Zach yet, when you get a chance, you'll understand his passion hits you right in the face. You can tell he's passionate. You can tell he cares. You can tell he wants to do good in the community. And that really kind of stuck with me. The reason I got involved in cannabis in the first place is, like I said, around 2015, 16, my wife told me, she's like, look, you're going to go get help or we are leaving. I can't keep subjecting myself and my kids to this, to you, and to what you're going through. You have to go seek mental health. So reluctantly, I did. I did 40 days inpatient rehab in Florida before I got out of the service in July of 16. I'm still seeing outpatient. I continue to. And just like Zach, and just like many other veterans and non-veterans as well, they're dealing with mental health issues. I've tried countless medications. I honestly, I couldn't tell you how many medications I've tried. And every time I would go in there, the physicians or the doctors would tell me, like, well, we don't know if this will work. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. The ones that did work brought side effects that were so devastating that it wasn't worth what the medication was trying to do, even if it was addressing the symptoms. Some of the side effects that come along with these medications are absolutely devastating. So after about 3 years, I finally had enough and said, look, this is my body, this is my mind. I need to take control of my mental health and my physical well-being. And I started doing research. I started researching anything and everything that I could find. And just Zach said it perfectly. All signs pointed to cannabis, every one of them. So as I started shifting my focus to cannabis instead of just a general research. And I was absolutely astounded at what I found. The research is there. The medical evidence is there. The scientific proof is there. It always has been. And I don't want to get into the politics surrounding it or anything like that, but I encourage anyone who's interested to look into the history of cannabis, why it was criminalized in the first place. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And so from there, I started looking like, okay, there has to be something behind this. There has to be some reason. And there really is no good reason. There are reasons, but there are no good reasons. But to get to the point and to stay away from that, all aside, we can't do anything about that besides contacting our legislators and voicing our opinion, which I encourage every single one of you to do. But until that time, and until they get the program corrected, and they listen to the physicians, and they listen to the science, and they listen to the medical evidence, until that time, we're going to be continuing to do what we do and try to raise money for people like Zach, and people all around the country that are suffering and that can benefit from medical cannabis.
Yeah, that's excellent. I actually, this book right here is amazing for like the first book to start with, just figuring out cannabis. It's written by a doctor. For those that don't, I know a lot of people popping on, they don't know my story, but I was actually discharged with MS from the Army. And I found, I started getting interested in this as well in 2014, 2015, and started taking CBD, and it changed everything about my legs and my muscle.
Okay, so right. Go ahead. Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, no, it's fine. There was a lot of feedback, but it's gone now.
Yeah, we were getting the same thing. But what we offer our members, so nationwide, we have discounts through various CBD oil companies. And this is something that we're continuing to expand upon. We've started here in Louisiana with Operation Warrior Relief. Louisiana veterans and or first responders can apply to be a member. Membership is free and open nationwide. All we ask for is supporting documentation for vetting purposes. Members in Louisiana are eligible for, and the 23rd will be the cutoff date for applications for Operation Warrior Relief. That will be an entire year of free medical cannabis treatment provided through us in partnership with many clinics and by raising funds. And then part of that, a huge part of that is our goal is to cover the doctor's fees and the medicine itself. The last thing we want is anybody to end up in a position such as my own. I got into the program. I'm a medical cannabis patient. I cannot afford the product. That's the last thing we want. So basically, that is what we can offer to Louisiana veterans. The Louisiana veterans also, and first responders also, when I say veterans, I'm talking about military and first responder veterans. They have all the discounts. We will be having CBD shops, local CBD shops offering discounts here soon. We are constantly expanding our outreach. Our goal is we do care packages every month. Those go out nationwide. So members nationwide, 6 members are selected every month. We're trying to double those digits in the next month. 15 will go out on Veterans Day or for Veterans Day in partnership with Plus CBD. They do direct shipment of all of our care packages for our recipients. So those go out every month to members nationwide. Also for members here in Louisiana. We cannot, by Louisiana law, do the giveaways ourselves. However, our partner, Plus CBD, like I said, has graciously offered to direct ship all care packages nationwide. So,
Awesome.
and that's what we're able to offer right now. I do want to highlight that our goal is to expand this nationwide, such as Operation Warrior Relief. This is something we want to be able to do nationwide. And we're going to do that by targeting location of our members. So say said member Joe Smith in wherever they may be located. Wyoming. We find this member where they're located, and we make phone calls and find a team in their area that is willing to support them, willing to either provide free or donated products, and we will pick up the rest. And that is our next steps going forward so that we can help at a greater level nationwide. Now with that, we are very limited by funding. So it is as funding allows. This is obviously something we want to be able to do for our brothers and sisters nationwide. We had to start somewhere. Obviously, we're starting here at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell us about the Veterans Day event.
So yeah, that's Operation Warrior Relief. We will be having, it's an invite-only event. It will be for the veteran, or for the recipients. It will be for the recipients' families, for all of our supporters who have made this possible, and a few other special guests. It's going to be a somewhat small event, like I said, invite only, but it will be shared on social media. Everybody can attend remotely. We just ask, for the sake, we're both veterans. We're all veterans. We know large crowds are not great, and the last thing we want to do is put anybody in a situation where they're not comfortable because there's just people. We'd love to have this an open public event. However, given the circumstances, this will be a invite-only private event.
We're really excited about this. Shayna, my wife, our event coordinator, has done a fantastic job setting it up. We went to the location today, and it is beautiful.
It is.
A little spot in the middle of downtown called the Guru. It's beautiful. I can't wait. And we really think that this will help kind of get our message out there a little more, and actually put a face to the names and put a face to our mission and say, look, we're not just trying to help veterans. We're helping this person right here that you can see and touch. And I think that'll help kind of put this whole thing into perspective. Your donation, whether it's financial or in kind, is helping this person have a better quality of life for him and his family. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, no, that's great, and I think that's a great segue
I would call this our
Go ahead.
all I was going to say is just something personal. Last Veterans Day, I sat around with the weight of my buddy who killed himself and all the statistics just weighing down on me. Didn't know what to do. 2 days later, I founded Cannabis Warriors. And to be where we are a year from now, it's absolutely amazing. Everything has fallen into place, much thanks to, I call my co-founder, and just right-hand man. He's on my left right now, but right-hand man, Chris. You know, teamwork makes the dream work, and that's what we've done. It's just quite amazing to go from suffering on Veterans Day to being able, what greater gift can we give than a free year of medical cannabis treatment to our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's incredible. So let's segue into introducing Jay and letting viewers that are watching that are still, let's say, in uniform or still working for the government, how they could be involved with us as well.
Do you mind if I introduce Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll step out and let him. So Jay Holcomb grew up in Covington, Louisiana. He's been a public servant for almost his entire life. He's kind of swapped in between police and fire and EMT. He's known as Safety Jay. He does a lot of safety training. He's very, very active in the community, has a wonderful family. He lives directly behind me. He's close enough to where when I step out with my shirt off in the morning to let my dog out, he gets a free show. So lucky for that. And he's just a fantastic human being. But the reason Jay is so important to this mission is because he brings a perspective that Zach and I we just don't have. That 20 plus years of public service now.
Yes.
He's learned lessons, and he knows the police, the fire, the first responder community in a way that we just can't. And then Zach and I both feel that it's extremely important that people understand that this is not just for veterans. We are just as worried about the mental and physical health of first responders. And when we say first responders, we're talking police, fire, EMT, nurses. These individuals, they're seeing things that we have seen in combat, sometimes on a daily basis. There's plenty of evidence out that shows that they're dealing with some of the exact same issues that we are. To this a little bit. Unfortunately, the way the laws are, people in his position are terrified to even be associated with something that has cannabis in the name. We are working hard to change that. And bringing Jay on board and having Jay here is a way of doing that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jay Holcomb.
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Jay. All right. So being still that you're active, are you drug tested? So are you avoiding kind of the full spectrum CBD, or kind of what's your involvement with cannabis right now?
The involvement with cannabis right now is there is none, due to the fact that Chris just mentioned. But my goal is to educate, and as medical cannabis is coming readily available, and as our laws change, it's one day to our first responders who are still in uniform and or who are retired, so they don't have to face the worries of being drug tested and losing their job. And it's something that I think about all the time, and it's something I would like to help with. So cannabis for me is zero, absolutely zero, because I can't jeopardize my job and my family. Speaking of the first responders, how important it is. So we look at the guys, Chris, Zach, their brothers, they're deployed into a very hazardous zone. They're fighting every day. They wake up, they go to sleep. They wake up, they go to sleep. So they do this for about 9-12 months. I can't understand that. I've never been deployed. I've never been in the military. But what I can relate to, and I've helped educate Chris and Zach, we go through fire, police, EMS, nurses. We go through this expanded period of emotional roller coasters up and down. We're doing something very good to help somebody. The outcome is great. We're able to see revive somebody, save somebody's life to just a traumatic incident that over years and time that takes a toll on mental and physical health on the individual. So there's a lot of first responders out there today that are on anxiety medicine, depression, just all kind of other things. The injuries that they deal with, the strains, the back injuries. We do have a lot of people that are going out on medical retirement early due to certain things. And my studies have looked between the 12 to 15 year mark. That's where we start seeing the depression, anxiety, and believe it or not, I have statistics that show that our first responders are just like our military. They're family. They're mirrored together for suicide, and it's extremely high. And and they're seeking the same thing that these veterans have experienced. All these medications, side effects of medications. Some people have quit their job to revert to medical cannabis and have moved to other states so they can revert to medical cannabis to live their life, to live a very normal life. I know 2 guys who have lost their families, moved away, lived a better life, very quality life, got another job, and brought their families and they're back together. I think that's very strong. Because if it wasn't for, their stories, if it wasn't for cannabis, where would they be? So that's why I'm here on the, Chris, when he moved here, when he came home, he and I linked up, we're neighbors, and we just had this bond. And then, we met Zach and, their mission. And I told them I shared, my.
Uh-oh. I lost your volume. I lost you guys. Your audio's off. Oh no. Maybe. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Somebody's laughing at Facebook Live. You're failing us. All right, so they'll probably pop back on. So I definitely want to know. Thank you for all of those joining us right now, and listening to everyone's stories, and for educating the public on cannabis and destigmatizing it. I think that we're getting. I think that 2020 is going to be better than 2015. That's for sure. But I am interested, since he's still in uniform, why he doesn't use isolate or broad spectrum, because as you all know who follow me, those have 0 THC in them. So we could probably take that product. Yep, I'm adding, Marlena. All right, you guys are on. I can hear you.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Did you pull it out?
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Chris?
Yeah. So what I was saying when you guys were out is, Jay, is there a reason you don't use isolate or a broad spectrum? Because there's no THC in it. So is there a reason you don't use those products right now?
No, I do. I do use CBD. I do balance
Okay.
between. There's times where I take full spectrum and isolate.
Okay.
For the CBD, the cannabinoids. So yeah, there is still that question. Even though that it is legal now in Louisiana, it's just that the MROs for these departments are for our first responders. That there's no way of testing that. Is it? What's the percentage of THC that if an employee was to test positive, it's automatic termination because they test for THC. So is there a way, like alcohol and other things, testing that? So the employee has no the employee has nothing to back him up, so he's terminated.
Yeah, so you couldn't just go to your chief and say, hey, here's the bottle that I'm taking. You couldn't do that?
Well, you could, if you want to be. I've been open with, before it became legal, the question came up throughout the department. The reason why I started using it, in 2015, I was involved in a motor vehicle crash. I sustained a significant neck injury and some back injury. And, like the stories, they love the prescriptions. And I was always afraid of it. But I used them because I had to. And then I started researching, and then I found CBD, because but also I read medical cannabis, and I started using, I had a friend, Buddy, met him, he helped educate me a little more. And then it left from there, and then I've used it, and it's had some great benefits.
Well, shout out real quick to Buddy, owns the CBD shop in Covington and Mandeville for those who are in that area. Very, very knowledgeable. Worked from the ground up, taught and sells everything. Him and his wife, Nicole. Go check them out. Fantastic.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So let's move on. We're almost done, but how can people get involved with Cannabis for Warriors?
So there's actually a myriad of ways that people can help and people can get involved. Number one, first and foremost, is donations, financial or in-kind donations. We're a nonprofit. We only have something to give if other people are being generous and other people donate to our cause. Not everybody has money. We understand that. There's also other ways that you can help out. Simply by sharing our information with your family and friends, hitting like, hitting share, commenting, all of these things on social media, that stuff matters. The more people that see us, the better the chance is that one person will see it that can donate. So if you don't have the funds right now, we completely understand. I don't. Zach doesn't. We don't. We understand. Get it out in front of the people that might have it. For physicians, business owners, CBD retailers, that's really kind of our secondary mission, is connecting with these individuals, with these businesses, and getting in-kind donations and financial to be able to offer directly to our members and people who are in need. Every one of us are a volunteer. We don't take any sort of salary whatsoever, nor do we plan to for a very long time. Every donation that comes in goes directly to the mission. We have partnerships with businesses from all over from a very wide range, including physicians and, like I said, CBD shops that offer products and we have 7 physicians now that we'll announce on Veterans Day that are, I think Zach kind of hit on earlier, that are offering free doctor's visits for a year. CBD shops that are sending out gift baskets full of product to our members. That's fantastic, and we hope to expand on that going forward. We also have a place on our website that people can check out who want to get involved and want to volunteer. Click the button, send us an email. What we do ask is let us know how you want to be involved. Everybody has a skill. Something we talk about within the team all the time is play into our strengths. Every person out there has a strength. If you would like to come and offer that strength and offer some time, we'd be more than happy to help, more than happy to take the help. We need it. We're all learning. We're all growing together. So there's a lot of ways you can get involved. I feel like I missed one that we were going to talk about, but.
Yeah, you want to bring Zach back over for the raffle?
Yeah, we have a raffle we're going to talk about. Also, real quick on the membership thing. People hear membership, and Zach mentioned it already. People hear membership and they think fee automatically. Our membership is free. If you qualify, veteran or first responder, if you qualify, sign up for membership. Is because membership numbers equal power. So we will be talking to legislators. We will be talking to lawmakers and telling them the ways that they need to move forward. We have ideas on how to move this program forward and be able to help more people and make the program better, both here in Louisiana and in DC for nationwide. If I go and talk to my state legislator as Christopher Lamy, it's one person. If we go and we talk on behalf of 1,000 CFW members, that voice carries a little more weight. So that membership is really important, and you get some pretty cool benefits with it as well.
Yeah.
But with that, I will go ahead, Jay, and then we'll bring Zach back on and talk about this really awesome giveaway that we're going to be doing soon.
Yeah, while I'm speaking here on the behalf of others, I want all my, and I have a lot of people out there that follow me, friends with me. I really want you to look at our website, join up, if you have a brother, sister, somebody who is struggling, mental health it's real. And just like, it's 22 a day for veterans, it's almost the same for first responders. We're there for you. You do have people that care for you. And with that, join our mission, sign up, and be part of us. You don't have to, like cannabis or, like Chris said, everybody has strengths, and we want you to bring something to help us make it better for everybody.
And one of the big things that I try to do as a director of public relations, I'm out there and I'm trying to talk and get our mission out. I want to make sure that people understand cannabis is no longer a bad word. Cannabis is nothing to be afraid of. Cannabis is medicine, period. Yeah. Depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, these are not bad words. You should not be afraid to talk about your mental health. If I go and I break my arm, I'm not going to be ashamed that I have to go to the doctor to get it fixed. What's more important than your brain? If my brain is broken or needs to be healed, I need to see a doctor. I need some sort of medication. If normal medication works for you, perfect. That's awesome. If not, look at those other alternatives. And we want to be able to offer that in a legal way. We don't want you to have to turn to the black market to get it if that's what works for you.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. And then before we talk, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead about underground.
I was just going to say the underground market, it absolutely cannot continue to be the source of this vital medicine. One, it's dangerous. It can be laced with anything. It's not tested. It's not regulated. It cannot be the source of this vital medicine. So,
bring in our awesome poster we got.
Let's bring in our awesome poster. I will let Jay hold it up, and I'll talk on it a little bit. So we were at a tattoo arts convention that we were invited to and given a table for free, and we were there on a Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday, a guy across the way, I was looking at this picture, and I told the entire team, I said, man, I really wish we could get him to donate that. We didn't approach him, but he approached us the next day. He donated this picture to us. This is donated by Chase Matheson. You can visit www.artbychase to see his work. I absolutely am in love with this picture.
Wow, yeah, that's beautiful.
What we're going to be doing, it's obviously, a soldier holding a flare, and in the flare you have St. Michael, and anybody who's served before understands just how powerful and how much this says. So what we'll be doing is a raffle of some sort. Keep an eye out for social media. This will be up soon, probably in the next couple days. So keep an eye out, and we'll be discussing how you can win this.
Awesome. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, so I think to maybe close it out, we should just thank our sponsors that we already have. So I have a list of all of the Clinic of Louisiana, Green Medical Solutions, Greenleaf Medical Center, Modern Medicine, Green RX, Outpatient Medical Solutions, and the Healing Clinic. So thank you so much. Plus CBD oils, New Leaf Naturals, Mountain Pure, and Veterans Vitality also support this organization. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Without y'all, we would not be able to make this possible.
We have no mission.
Yeah. And then
it's only through the support of
go ahead.
I was only going to say it's only through the support of businesses, individuals, anybody willing and caring enough help us make this happen. So I cannot thank those who have supported us along the way from day one up to, now we have 7 physicians, 7 clinics who have committed to 7 veterans for a year of free treatment. So that is just absolutely outstanding, and I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. If you want to be part of that, reach out to us. I'm available 24/7. You can give me a call on my personal cell phone, 243-4422.
No inappropriate pictures, ladies.
No inappropriate. And then also,
one person, real quick, that we skipped out on. Sorry, one business we're really excited about. We just got signed on today. Anyone who's local to Louisiana, specifically Baton Rouge, will recognize Fred's. Their bar, they're one of the top 15 bars in the nation. They're a big deal. Anyway, they have their exclusive CFW T-shirts. They're purple and gold, LSU colors. They are beautiful. Check out their website, Fred's in Tigerland. I'm not sure exactly of the website, but if you Google them, you'll find them.
Yeah, I found
They're
it.
They're beautiful shirts. We didn't even think to order our own, and I'm really upset with myself. Really, I'm upset with Shayna because she should have thought about it.
Oh yeah, blame the wife.
Beautiful. Check them out.
Yeah.
She's not here, so it's easy.
And then also, you guys are going to be more active, right? You're going to be more comfortable in front of the camera and more active on Instagram and on Facebook, and we're going to start a group, and so just to create more of a community and
personal experience. We definitely want all of our. Sorry if I'm talking over you, but a little bit of delay there, but we definitely want all of our supporters to feel a personal connection with us. This is way outside of my comfort zone to be live, but it is my obligation, my duty, and my position to do this. So this is something we'll be doing more.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, you guys are great. It was a great interview. Thank you all for joining us, for taking the time tonight to comment. And if you've asked any questions, we will respond for this or personal page and tag any veterans that you know or first responders. That actually helps our organization spread wide. So we really appreciate that and look forward to talking to you more later.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Nikki.
I just wanted to know on one note, please, if you need help, veterans and first responders, if you need help, reach out to us. Our application online, it's simple to the point. All we need after the application, it's a 2-step process. The application online, supporting documentation sent via email. All information collected is strictly confidential, protected under full HIPAA compliance. So I just encourage
you are not dealing with whatever you're dealing with. You're not dealing with it alone.
Yes, exactly. Just know those things and reach out. We're here to help.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye.